Mode.
Hey guys, welcome to the webinar. If you can hear me and if you can see my screen, just type a yes, I can hear you, and just type a yes in the chat box. That'll be good. Let's have a look. Okay, great. Well, once again, thanks so much for coming out on this webinar. I want to quickly apologize about the last two webinars. I don't know what happened, but I set it up on GoToWebinar for like 4 p.m. London time, which is like 11 a.m. Eastern. For some reason, it reverted to 4 a.m. London time, and so I obviously was asleep for most of the time, and some of you guys might have turned up, and yeah, so I just want to apologize for that. But the good thing is that we're live on the call now, and we've got some great content we're going to be showing you. I've got a special guest, Susie Romans, who's going to jump on in a second. But what I want to quickly say is that I'm recording this webinar, and I want to quickly show you our latest update that we've made to Igloo, the app. And then I'm going to bring on Susie, who's going to be sharing about traffic, and I'll do a quick introduction as well after this. So just also in the chat box, I like to do this every time, is just to ask you guys whereabouts you're tuning in from. So if you can quickly type in the city that you're tuning in from around the world, that would be great. I got Clive saying my sound's in and out. Okay, let's just hopefully it holds up. Okay, so Michael from Wales, Dave Fremont, is it California, Panama, awesome, Dallas, Michigan, a lot of Americans on the line, Canadians, awesome. Any kind of crazy countries out there you're tuning in from? Amsterdam, London. I'm actually in London right now as well. Okay, great. Sydney, wow, awesome. Must be quite early there in the morning. Okay, great. Germany, Switzerland. Cool. Well, yeah, once again, welcome to this webinar. What I'm going to do quickly now is just show you our latest update we've made to Igloo, and hopefully you can see my screen well. If you can see the Igloo app, my web browser, just type a yes so I know that you can see that, and then we'll get started. Bob's saying, no, we're crazier than the US right now. Okay, cool. So let me show you inside. So what we've made a quick update, and this is the updates page. So now when we post updates, you'll be able to see a little notification on this icon over here. So you can see we've got 2 new updates. So when you click on this, it will take you to our update log, and this just helps you to keep in track with what we're actually doing. And you can see right now our latest update was a video. You can add videos as page backgrounds, okay? And I'm going to show you how you can do that. And like if little bugs pop up here and there, we tell you what we've fixed and things like that as well, okay? Just so that you can keep up to date with what we're doing. And yeah, I like having this kind of update thing. So what we've done is added in video background. So let me just show you a quick demo of how you can go ahead and add videos to your backgrounds. And I'm going to try and find a nice video first. So I'm going to use my YouTube, or just go to YouTube and just type in motion backgrounds. And I'm going to try and find something cool. Let's have a look. You can also just upload your own video backgrounds to YouTube as well. Maybe this one looks pretty cool. And then use them on your page. Okay, that looks really nice actually. It's quite clean. So what you can do is add any page. And I'm going to select this one over here, this bonus page over here. And click on edit. And then what I can do is simply copy this YouTube URL. Now this also works with your own hosted video. So if you host a video like on Amazon S3 or something like that, or any kind of web host, you can go through and select that URL and actually add it to your page, okay? So right now you can see that we've got this page. I'm actually on a smaller screen right now, so you can't really see the background too well, but what I can do is actually, what I'm going to do is make this section a little bit smaller. Let's go with, well, actually I can leave it like that actually. Whoops, let's just close this down. So how to add a video background is what you do is you go to settings, to your actual page settings up here, go to background, and then instead of an image, what I'm going to do is select YouTube video. And as I said, you can also use your own hosted ones over there, so you can use, just add your MP4 URL. So if you add it to Amazon S3, just add the URL there. But I'm going to use YouTube, okay? So you select YouTube, you add your YouTube URL, just like that. And then you can select whether you want the video to be muted or not. And by default, it's selected as yes, so it's going to be muted. But if you do want to have like the audio background, if you got a nice audio track you want to be playing along with your page, you can select no and have it actually playing. Expand video means sometimes the YouTube logo actually shows up on the bottom right of the screen. So what you can do is actually expand the video so that it won't show up. So maybe, I don't know, something like, you can go ahead and test it, maybe like 16%. you can add a video pixelated overlay, and it kind of looks like just kind of little pixels to give it a kind of mesh effect. I'm going to select no for that. And then the last thing you can do is select your mobile settings. Now, videos don't actually autoplay on mobiles, and it's something to do with the compatibility with a mobile device not being able to autoplay your videos. So what you need to do is simply either have a background color for your background instead of having a video, or you can select an image for the background, okay? And this will just show on mobile devices instead of having your video, okay? So what I've done, I've just added that video there. I'm going to click on Save now. And if I go to Preview over here, I'm going to preview in a new tab, like this. It's just taking a little bit to load. And you'll be able to see now that we have this nice video background effect on the side of our video. That's pretty cool, right? So what you can also do, for example, you didn't want to have this image or this kind of, this image in the background of this section. What you can do is just remove that by coming over here. I'm just going to come out of here. And instead of having the image on the background, I just want to have the video. So what I'm going to do is go to my section. I'm going to select none for the background. And now you can see through the actual video, the actual section. And for this, I'm going to select none for this. I'm just going to remove the border on this as well. So just bring this down like that. And now I'm going to click on Save, and I'll preview that as well. So preview a new tab. And there we go. We've got a nice video background for our page, which looks super cool, right? Like even when I'm scrolling right now, you can see that awesome video. So that's our latest update to Igloo, which enables you to add on video backgrounds to your pages. And these are really compelling. Like when someone lands on a page, they see it moving like this. It just kind of brings them into your marketing message, whatever you want to talk about. People will start scrolling down the page and see what you're actually advertising or what you're talking about on your website. Okay, cool. So let me just bring this up over here. Let me just quickly ask, there's a few questions coming through. So can you use an animated GIF as a background? And the answer is yes. So in this page before, over here, if I go to my page settings and go to background, you can actually select image, okay? And then you can see this is actually an animated GIF image, this one here. So you can see I got like a snow effect, and it's just a looping animated GIF. So you can add them as backgrounds to sections or to the page background, okay? And Leanne's asking, so it will choose correctly between devices automatically. That's right. So by default, videos don't play on mobile devices. So that's why you need to set a default background for mobile devices if you're using a video. Okay, so video will play on desktop computers. I'm not sure about tablets, but if it doesn't, you can select either the color to resort to, or you can have an image as your background for mobile devices. So yeah, it's really, really customizable. Great, cool. Yeah, so by the way, on Monday we had a webinar training showing you inside the application and showing you, how to use it. I'm going to quickly go to Facebook and see if I can find the link, and I'll post it in the chat box as well in case you missed that out. Here it is. Go to Igloo. And by the way, as well, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, here's the link to join the Facebook group. We go through and kind of help each other out, with different questions that come through with Igloo. So I'm going to paste this here. If you want to join our Facebook group, simply apply there, and I'll approve you. And let me quickly get the webinar replay link. 1 second. Whereabouts is it? It's down here. There it is there. Okay, so here's the link to our first webinar, where I went through, Igloo and showed you how to use all the features and things like that. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do right now is just quickly introduce you to our special guest, Susie Romans, who's appeared on different TV channels, about her online business. I think she started about 3 years ago. Started building her online business, and she's managed to generate millions of website visitors, and she's really done a great job in branding. If you see any of her websites, the way she brands herself and her products and things like that is the highest quality. And I've had Susie on one of my webinars before. I think it was either last year. Yeah, I think it was last year. And the people on the webinar really loved her training, and it's probably one of the best webinars that we had. So I think you guys are really going to love what she got to share today. It's all about website traffic, and there's no point in having a website if you don't have people actually visit your website, right? So she's going to teach you some cool ways that you can use social media and different types of free traffic sources that you can use as well as paid ones. So yeah, let me just quickly introduce you to Susie Romans. I'm going to hand it over to her, and I'll just kind of sit in the background and yeah, just take in all the information. So make sure to grab a pen and paper, make some notes, and I'm just going to go ahead and share. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll unmute you. So are you there, Susie?
I'm here.
Good, good. All right, so I'm going to make you presenter, and hopefully that will share the screen to you. Great.
Show my
And
screen.
by the way,
Awesome.
yeah, by the way, everyone, we're recording this, so if you do have to dash, we'll send through the replay. But if you can stay on the line, it'll be great to be on this call and to get all this awesome information. Okay, so yeah, I'll pass it over to you, Susie. Thanks again for jumping
Cool.
on and take it away.
Yeah, you're so welcome. You're welcome. I'm excited to do this. So hi, everybody. Can you guys see? Let me know in the comments. Are you guys looking at my webcam, my screen, or both? I just wanted to turn the webcam on to introduce myself and have you guys see me live here for a moment while I kind of introduce myself. Josh, you're going to have to tell me because I can't see the comments. So you're going to have to tell me, are they seeing my screen or
Yeah,
webcam or both? Is everything on?
yeah, everything's on. Let me just see if I can make you an organizer, and so you maybe have to see the comments as well. Let's have a look. Are you able to see like the questions or the chat box? Yeah, the questions box. Can you see that now?
Questions box. Cool. Yeah, I can.
Okay, great. So you can kind of see what everyone's saying as well. Okay, so if you want to ask questions, you have to see them come through. Cool.
All right, cool. All right, so that you guys can see my webcam or a screen. I didn't
We can
get
see
a
both. Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
Awesome. All
Yeah.
right, so let's get started, you guys. I want to make this fun. I want to make this interactive, and I literally want you guys to get a ton of value out of it. So along the way, if you have questions, by all means, I'm very transparent. I love teaching. I love inspiring everyone, and so if you got something for me, ask away. A little bit about my story real quick. When I got started, really about 2012, I started dabbling with WordPress and blogs, and I had a few ideas, but my very first blog that took off was kind of a lifestyle and motherhood blog. That was a few years ago, and since then I've really shifted. I didn't want to monetize the blog. I didn't really know that was the direction I wanted to keep going in. So after I created all of these strategies and all of the traffic engines that were working, I began consulting with other companies, business owners and entrepreneurs to help them. And since then, I've grown my brand, SusieRomans.com, as a consultant and as somebody who teaches and trains others. I've traveled, I've been on TV shows. I mean, it's crazy to say, but it's been a busy year. I've been in Paris and live on a morning show in Australia and stuff, so it's been really cool. It's been a whirlwind. But I really do want to encourage everyone to say, if this is your dream, if being an online entrepreneur is your dream, it is 100% possible, and to encourage you guys all to keep working at it. And I am curious, how many people do we have on the line that are new, like new online business owners where you're kind of starting out? Maybe type in the chat a number one, just like type in the number one if you're new, or a number two if you're full-time. Like you're kind of advanced, you've already been in business, full-time entrepreneur slash business owner. Give us a number two, or if you're just starting out, a number one. Josh, are you seeing? I don't know if I'm seeing the comments.
Yeah.
Are you seeing?
Just yeah. I can. Can you not see the questions? Is it not showing up? A ton of ones, a ton of twos. I guess it's a mixed batch of people on the line, but
Oh, here we
yeah,
go. Yeah, I was at the top. It looks like.
you
Okay,
can,
somewhere in between. 1.6. Very nice.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so let me know if you guys, if some stuff, if you want to go more advanced, let me know. I'm just going to dive right into the training, and if you guys are like, hey, this is like, let's go more advanced, just let me know. So who am I? Born in Chicago. I've been certified in several different marketing platforms as well as through the digital marketer platforms. I'm a mother of two. I've been in the digital marketing space for about over 7 years. It was actually my career before I became a full-time entrepreneur. I was working in digital agency kind of space in Chicago. Since then, like I said, I've been an online business and marketing mentor. I'm married to a software engineer. Little pictures here. Absolutely everything I do is for family, freedom, and I absolutely love hot weather and addicted to Starbucks too. I had to throw that in there. So a little kind of snapshot of who I am. I wanted to show you guys proof is in the analytics because there's a lot of people out there talking about traffic and talking about you know, I just want you to know you're listening to somebody who's honest and who's transparent, and I will show you, I will teach you what's worked and what's not worked for me, and I want you guys to have that trust and know that I'm not just talking for the sake of talking. I'm talking from experience of things I've actually done. So let's dive into it. Obviously, traffic leads to sales, right? You guys have seen it happen. Where you drive traffic, you can be using the opt-ins, you can be launching something, or you can just be a lawyer or an accountant who's literally just trying to get more traffic in order to get more leads and clients, right? Any way you look at it, the more website visitors you get, the more people we start introducing into our funnels, right? Which leads to sales and customers and clients. It's just the most simple way to understand it, right? So in my opinion, there's 4 different ways to look at traffic. There's 4 buckets. Whenever I would start working with my clients, they would ask, you know, they get so excited because we'd be working on their website and working through their business model and some strategy, and they'd be like, oh, to get to marketing. And every time we'd get into it, they'd feel overwhelmed because there's so many different options and so many different shiny objects, right? Like, oh, this person over here is talking about using Amazon, Kindle ebooks, or this person's talking about that. So I decided to start breaking it down into categories. So paid traffic, social media traffic, collaboration, and organic. So if you guys are visual, go ahead and draw some buckets, draw some 4 boxes, and tell me, like, what's your favorite one, right? And because something I really believe in is playing to your strengths, right? So if you are somebody who absolutely loves being on camera, you want to play to those strengths. If meaning YouTube or Periscope or one of the platforms that's going to really show you in the best version of yourself. If you absolutely love writing, you know, blogging and creating posts on Facebook that are compelling and rich and super share worthy, right? Play to that strength. Whenever I work with people one-on-one, I never ever say, like, oh, you have to do this, or force them into something that doesn't feel authentic. Because you know what's going to happen? In my opinion, it flops, right? If you're not actually being yourself, and if that method doesn't light you up, I don't know how successful you'll be, right? I just believe business should be fun. I have these theories that work should feel like play and play should feel like work. I mean, it's just one and the same for me, and that's what I hope for everyone. So anyway, paid traffic, I've had a lot of success with Facebook ads. We've tested everything from video to opt-ins to running ads directly to sales pages. I've also been certified in the platform too. So Facebook ads is a big player, and I think we're really living in an era where all of this is quite new. Some of my friends in business have literally had over $1 million launches because they've figured out what works for their market. You can get so specific. You can get so granular, right? If you're, for example, selling a weight loss solution to moms who just had a baby 6 months ago, literally Facebook knows everything about us, right? So you can target that exact audience, that exact demographic. And there's so many other things. If you only want to target lawyers, or if you only want to target women or men or certain age ranges, there's a lot of opportunity in paid traffic to realize that when you put in $100, you can create a system where that $100 turns into 500 or 1,000, right? I have clients that are doing this. We're running ads. One of my clients is a project manager. She has an ad that runs for about $10 a day, not much at all, right? Like, we could all probably afford $10 a day. And that thing is turning leads constantly. It's literally, it's pointed to a time trade link. So it's kind of like, book it. Are you overwhelmed in your business? It might be time for a project manager. You know, the ad is set up, and then you click it and you go right to her calendar to book a time, and she converts, whatever, 20-30% of the people who sign up for that. So, and her clients are worth about $1,500 a month. So it's a system. The next one, social media traffic. This is a massive bucket, right? We have Pinterest, Facebook, Periscope, Snapchat, all of them. I'm going to talk about what's worked the best for me, because I literally don't want to spend my time like teaching something that I've not done, or just, giving you vague stuff. I'm going to tell you what I killed it doing, right? What I did right. And so we'll get into actually those exact strategies, like some literally like exactly what I did type stuff, regarding Pinterest and Facebook. Collaboration is one that I think a lot of people overlook. What me and Josh are doing right now, this is collaboration. Collaboration is when you work with other people, and it can be organizations, it can be influencers. Think about your own, local chamber of commerce. There are so many platforms, online publications, media outlets, magazine, TV. In my opinion, collaboration traffic is when you partner with somebody else who has an audience. If you don't have an audience, and this is for my newbies, all my people who put in #1, who are new to business, if you don't have an audience, it's easy to get down and frustrated and be like, oh, it's not going to work out because nobody's listening. I have nobody there. Well, guess what? You need to partner with people who do have an audience. And it's a lot simpler and actually more fun than you can think, than you even know. Collaboration could be being part of a magazine or starting your own little online magazine where you feature other people, starting a podcast where you interview influencers and experts who have an audience. And therefore, after that thing goes live, you ask those influencers, hey, do you mind sharing this on your social media? All of a sudden, you had 0 traffic. Now you're getting traction. You're getting people to your site to know who you are through partners and collaborating with others. And like I said, there's so many opportunities. I also encourage you guys to think outside of the box as well. It doesn't have to just be like a telesummit. It could be something totally out of the, like something no one's ever thought of yet. How could you collaborate and do something really fun and out there? Organic traffic, SEO, that bucket is really changing. A lot of you may be familiar with some of the black hat stuff that happened several years ago where people were getting banned from Google because they were doing some sleazy and scammy stuff. It's really changed. Since then, I believe organic traffic is more about the people that you're connected to. The inbound links that you're getting are going to raise your authority online, or how you show up, right? So for example, I've had media attention recently. I've been on Business Insider, I've been on some TV shows, and front page of Yahoo News picked me up one day because my article was trending. When those high authority sites link to you, and guys, nobody wakes up and just gets this, right? Like, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And so don't be hard on yourself. Like my journey, I didn't just wake up and like everything was working. It takes time. So start with the smaller things, continually grow, and as you get traction, as people start noticing you, you get these bigger opportunities, So what was I saying about organic? Okay, the authority. So if you have authoritative sites linking to you, your organic reach skyrockets, right? Because Google is smart. They're not playing with the scammy, sleazy, spammy stuff. They are realizing, okay, if Susie Romans, if CNN or Fox News or Business Insider linked to Susie, she must be an authority. She must be a thought leader, because these credible people, quote unquote, credible, are linking to her, right? So they're and I laugh just because, media, like, that can be controversial, but credible meaning they've been around for a long time, they have a mass amount of traffic, and it's not just some podunk crappy little site that's linking to you, right? It matters. The authority and the power there matters. Cool. So does that make sense? Any questions so far? Let me take a look, because that's just your rundown. Cool. All right, so let's keep going. So in my opinion, here's some 80-20 rules that have worked for me. 80% of your traffic may only come from 20% of your content. The reason I teach this, the reason I say this is because I've spent time. Oh, and the second one is very important too. 80% of your time should be spent sharing and promoting. 20% of your time should be spent creating content that's worth sharing. So when it comes to what's worked for me, some of the things that have gone viral, that have had lots of hits, and even things that were not as, maybe not millions of hits, but really good quality, it came from these principles. So I spend time, I block out about an hour or two every day to create something useful, whether that's a live stream or a blog article or a post on Facebook that's really powerful and really reaches those people, those kind of dream clients of mine, the people I love working with. I work on that only a little bit of my time. The 80% should be spent sharing and promoting and really putting that message over multiple channels, right? So content is important because it helps people to understand what you're all about, what you believe in, what your company stands for. It helps showcase your expertise, right? And it gets you in front of people's radar in a way that's not like gimme, 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 right? It's not like just I want to take your money or I want to sell you something. It's like, no, I'm providing value. I'm showing up. I'm inspiring you or teaching you something. But I know a lot of people who get lost in way too much content creation, right? Meaning they're always behind the scenes creating something and they're hardly ever out actually promoting it. So I want to introduce this concept to you guys about, there's a guy, Grant Cardone, like a sales guy, who talks about 10x. And I like to 10x or take that idea of 10xing your messages, your content. So imagine this, let's make it tangible and let's make it useful. Imagine you write up a blog post and we take this thing and we literally copy all the text that you wrote up and we put it on Instagram with an image. Then we copy it and go over to Facebook and post it in your Facebook fan page, and then over to your Facebook group. And then we hop over to YouTube and we take this idea, we turn on the live or just record a video and do it that way, right? What if you took one message or one teaching point, if you're, depending on whether your content is like inspirational based or like educational, or I don't know what kind of businesses you have, but imagine taking one thing and multiplying it like over multiple channels, right? So don't be one of those people who spends all their time behind the scenes kind of dabbling and thinking and, oh, I'm going to spend, 4 hours or 8 hours today creating this one web page. You need to be getting it out there. You need to get your message out there, especially when you believe in what you have and there are literally people who need what that is. I work with health coaches and naturopathic doctors. I mean, I take some of what they do and I'm like, man, this is so important. What you have, people need this. So don't hide. Don't hide behind the computer, really get it out. We also never really know what's going to go viral. Sometimes I've written things where I think it's like top-notch killer content, and then it doesn't go viral. And then I've had things where it's like a list, like here's 11 things to, X, Y, and Z, fill in the blank, like a list post. And then that thing spreads like wildfire. So we never really know, which is why, yeah, spend time creating useful things, but then really go across multiple channels and get it out there. Also, once this content is driving attention, this is where like Igloo becomes important and having an opt-in, because you want this traffic to start turning into opt-ins, right? You want to build a list and build a following. So really make sure that there's a call to action. I used to believe, and this is interesting, I used to believe that you shouldn't really promote on every post. That is changing for me, because the more I believe in what I do, the more I realize like lives are being changed here in positive ways, the more I just promote it. whatever I have, at the end of pretty much everything, there's a call to action, because why wouldn't there be? I'm not afraid to tell people that what I have is useful. So, all right, so let's get right into some useful like strategies and some things. The top share factor strategy. Useful visuals and images, or sorry, use visuals and images. Obviously, doesn't take a genius to figure out on social media, the stuff that has pictures is getting more and more attention, right? So I no longer use just text. Images and capturing people's attention, that's what it's all about. You need to make people curious. Let's see how we're doing on questions. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, William, Deborah. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, guys. Using visuals and images, I realized this a couple of years ago. It was very important to the growth and to getting things shared, right? The share factor. It stops people in their tracks. And that's what you should really start thinking of. Like when you're creating things, how can I make people curious? How can I stop them in their tracks when they're scrolling and scrolling through their news feeds, or, you know, they're sitting at the doctor's office and they're just kind of in the waiting room scrolling? How do we stop them, capture their attention, get them so curious, and get them to click onto our site, click onto what we have, right? So Pinterest and Facebook are huge traffic sources for me. Let's go right into the examples of what this looks like. When we use something like Pinterest, for example, you want to capture attention, you want to generate curiosity, right? Two things I've already said multiple times. So when I started creating pins, I would do something very different. So a couple of years ago is when I started realizing this. Now more and more people are doing it, but you take the headline of what your piece of content, right? And really, you could totally use opt-in pages too. So I know you guys are probably creating a bunch of those recently. So if it's like, you know, free video replay for blah, 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 or 7 secrets to whatever, take that text, take that headline and put it on the image. Instead of just using a image of a stock image, which I've never used. I don't use stock images anymore because I run a personal brand. That may not fit for everybody because, you know, I'm the consultant, I'm the face of the brand. I use more pictures of myself so people can feel that trustworthiness and that transparency. Take the headlines, drop them on the images themselves. You can add some backgrounds and some borders. That's another thing that I've tested out a lot, is using borders, using different colors. You want to take up screen space. So when you're on certain platforms, you need to realize, like Pinterest, for example. Do we have a lot of women on the line? Because there's a lot of women on Pinterest. Depending on what you're selling, there's a massive market there. And those people have more money. I've read some statistics. Maybe they're here. I don't know. Are they? I don't think so. But the people who use Pinterest actually have a higher income, and they are going on that platform with the intention to buy, which is fascinating, right? Versus something like Facebook, where I think they have the intention more of connecting and reading status updates or whatnot. A few things you got to know about Pinterest. The best time to pin is often in the evenings. A call to action pin sees an 80% increase in engagement. So a call to action, again, meaning entice them, but also say, hey, click here. Act now, do this. You got to tell them, click here to watch, right? You need a call to action. Don't be afraid to tell the user or the viewer what to do. Pinterest referrals spend 70% more than visitors referred from non-social channels. So again, that's just the spending part of it. A lot of people on Pinterest like to spend according to the data. So has that opened your guys' eyes to some Pinterest things? Because we're going to move on to some Facebook things. Are there any questions about Pinterest? I am here. I'm here. The audio is not on. I'm just taking a drink, seeing if everyone's okay. What size should the image be? Barb, really good question. I usually make them like 200 pixels wide by like 900 pixels long. So you're going to take up more screen space. You want to like pull people in, draw attention to what you have. If it's a really short image, you don't get much screen space at all. If you go longer, more vertical, the image is vertical, you will capture more attention. Absolutely. Cool. Show the vertical layout. Here's just one example. I can do more though towards the end. I'm wondering if I should just pull up one of my Pinterest boards. But yeah, absolutely. There are different things you can do with testing borders. Show the vertical. Hold on, guys. There's a lot of questions. Where's a good vertical one? Well, here's just a board about Pinterest itself. So you can see how some of these are vertical. See, like this infographic, the perfect posts on social media. This one's really long. Do's and don'ts, those work really well. You have to remember with Pinterest, it's about capturing attention, right? So let's see what some other things we have here. The shorter ones do not get as much attention or do not get as much screen space as the longer ones, right? There was another question that, let me see. How does Pinterest compare to Instagram? That's a big question. I guess I don't know that I have like an expertise around how they compare. I know that they're different. Instagram, the way I see it, it's more like photography based. You know what I mean? Like it seems like the people who have massive followings have just killer photography from what I've seen. I'm not an expert in Instagram, I'll tell you that much. I have a little bit of a following, almost 2,000, but it's not one of my main traffic sources. Pinterest is more, people are looking there to get ideas, but with Pinterest, they're also looking to click through, I think, more than Instagram. You know, Pinterest is a traffic engine. It's also a search engine. People are going there to search things like, how do I fill in the blank, right? Clean my home or set up an LLC or whatever. They are typing questions and looking for information. They also, with Pinterest, they have the intention of clicking the pin to get the information. With Instagram, I don't see it being like a massive traffic engine. You're organized compared to other voices. Thank you, William. That's very kind of you. Can you bring a Pinterest image? Can you bring a Pinterest image into a face? Awesome, Mark. That is such a good question. He's asking, can you bring a Pinterest image into a Facebook post? The reason I love it is because you're thinking about multiplying, right? Taking the same thing and going across multiple platforms, which I've said is a great idea. Don't be afraid that people are going to be like, oh, I've already seen this. If they already read it, great. Like they're just going to scroll past it. They're not going to get mad at you. I've taken many blog posts and things pieces of content I've had, spread it all over. For those who need it, they're going to see it, click it, be like, awesome, thank you for sharing that. The ones who don't will just scroll past it. So to answer your question, the Pinterest image is supposed to be long, which will look a little bit funny. You can post it on Facebook, but the sizes are different. When I do Facebook stuff, I go more 800 pixels by 800 pixels. And to give you guys some platform or some cool tools. You may already know these, but like PicMonkey is really easy to create graphics. Basically, you want some tool, some software to help create images, right? And be able to whip these things up fairly quickly by allowing you or your team, your virtual assistant, whoever, to put text over images and use that. Again, it's an attention thing. We're fighting for attention here on the internet, right? People are scrolling. We need to grab them and pull them into what we're doing. Can you post the size for Pinterest? Yeah, I said 200 wide by 900 deep is what I was saying. You can't see the screen. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Should we direct Should we redirect to the landing page on Pinterest? You can try both. You can take a pin and take it right to a landing page, like an opt-in, a squeeze page for sure. Also do both, I would really say. And then also have things that are just content, like, hey, it's just a free, here's how to do this, this, or that, right? So do both. You guys are seeing my screen, right? Should I shut off the webcam for a moment? Okay.
I think it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. And like you said, with the Pinterest pins, like when you're linking back, often, yeah, it's good just to kind of link back to some content, and then within that content, have a call to action. Like, if you're talking about, for example, how to make a video, you can have some content about that, and then have a link to like a video creator, maybe an affiliate link that you could, promote. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, awesome. Centralize your screen. I don't know, like make it bigger. Somebody's asking to centralize my
I
screen.
think it was good, and
Okay.
your webcam looked right as well, together. So yeah,
Oh, you
however you
you
want to
both.
do it.
Oh my God. I got nervous that people were only seeing my face and not my screen. That wouldn't be as helpful. Somebody asked me, what do you mean you don't use stock images? It really depends on the business. Me, as having like a personal brand, I work with a lot of, I'm in the entrepreneurial space. I work with a lot of women and men who want online businesses, and I'm at the forefront of the brand. So you could say, you could call it a personal brand, right? The reason I don't use stock images, the reason I said that is because I want people to get to know and trust me. And I want to be transparent as the face of my company, the same way as an insurance agent, a real estate right agent, a lawyer. If you're like the face of the brand, you don't want to hide, in my opinion. So that's why I said that. I realize that there may be people on here who don't have a personal brand whatsoever. Like if you sell, wedding favors or something, I totally get that you would use stock images of brides and grooms and stuff like that. Does that make sense, Marilyn? Cool. Okay, what else do we have here? For Pinterest, do you find Pinterest requires a URL in order to pin? You can post images, yeah, absolutely. So you can go to add a pin or upload a pin. You can upload the image or the pin, add copy, add some blurb in there, some keywords, and then you can link it to a URL. So yeah, you don't just have to pin things on website URLs. You can also upload your own custom things. Good. I'm glad this is helpful. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Are there any royalty rights when copying a Pinterest image? Well, so the only thing I would be careful of, and this is another reason why I use a lot of my own professional photography and stuff in my brand, is because I don't want to cross over any, I don't just find images randomly. You can't do that. You can get in trouble for stealing images. So there are some cool websites I can tell you guys about. One of them is unsplash.com. Those are totally free, like royalty free, copyright free, high resolution images, 10 new photos every 10 days. So that's unsplash.com. Another one that I use, Adobe Stock. Adobe Stock is like a membership thing. It used to be Dollar Photo Club, which was awesome. It was only like $10, but then Adobe Stock bought them out. And now I think it's more like $29 or $30 a month, which is still not bad at all. So if you do need stock images, those are great places to go. Are images that you take with your cell phone good? Yeah, for sure, Louis. Why not? Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. Thank you for the link. You guys are welcome. This is fun. I'm glad you're getting a lot of tips. All right, so let's keep moving. So let's talk about Facebook strategies. So as a consultant, as a personal brand, I use Facebook all the time. Like I said, with ads, when I'm in a launch mode, I'll spend as much as like $100 a day in ads, knowing that that's going to convert, right? First, start testing. You can start testing things as small as $5 a day if you want to go paid. And that can be a separate conversation. Here, I was actually going to teach some free stuff. So I spend a lot of time, there's a few different platforms I have. My profile, I have my fan page, like where you have likes, and then you also have a group. You have the ability to create a group, like Josh created the group for everyone who owns Igloo. I have a group for entrepreneurs that are leading a movement, that are creating a freedom-based lifestyle, all that kind of stuff, right? So I have this written up thing, I have this free group that you can join. And if your business would work well with that, and you guys could let me know if you're not sure, if you have a personal brand or a company or something, you want to create this group, then you have 3 places to post. You have your personal profile, your fan page. Now you have a group where you can have a bunch of engagement, stay up to date with your customers, clients, or potential buyers. So when I post, some top tips. I tell stories a lot. People love stories. Have you ever heard? I talk really fast. Let me know if that's too fast. But I use stories all the time. Something I've gone through, something that happened. Sometimes I look in the past. But have you ever heard this? You should write it down. Facts tell, but stories sell. Facts tell, but stories sell. At the end of the day, if you can become good at building up some sort of feeling, some emotion in people through a story, you will move them and you will gain their trust, you'll gain their attention and sales, right? Because they're connecting with you. So a lot of what's grown my brand has been stories. I tell when I quit my job and went all in and how scary that was as an entrepreneur. I talk about all sorts of things I've gone through. A friend of mine who committed suicide was a really difficult story to tell. And I was scared kind of to share that kind of personal story, yet so many people were inspired and of course I created like a lesson out of it that life is short and we need to make a difference and be a positive influence to the lives around us. So it got so much attention, right? A lot of people need to hear things like that, and you will inspire them, you'll gain their trust. So facts tell, stories sell. Celebrate your wins, share pictures. You don't have to play off that like your life and your business is always perfect. One of my friends posted something the other day that was like, hey, I run an imperfect business. I get refund requests. I get people who, I get haters on my posts or, it was like so transparent and I loved it. It got so much attention because people appreciated that honesty, right? And I also want to give you guys a quick gift as well, which is if you go to this URL, it's suzieromans.com/content. If you ever get stuck, can I paste it in here, Josh? suzieromans.com/content. If you ever get stuck, here are a bunch of things you can write about. Lists, how-tos, aha moments, expert Q&As, case studies, checklists, statistics, inspirational stories. Literally, I have like, I don't know how many, 12 or 15 different ideas, guest posts, holiday stuff, rants, interviews. You have just like a bunch of ideas for content. Did you guys get that? Did I post it? Apparently, I have no idea how to use GoToWebinar. I'm sorry,
let me check. So it's suzieromans.com/content.
Content.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the box. There we go.
Cool. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So if you ever run out of ideas, jump over here and something will come to you, right? So let's hop back over. Be raw and real. Celebrate wins, celebrate successes. Recently, I just got an email from a producer at another network and TV show that likes my story and wanted to run some things. So I shared that as like a celebration. And people love to celebrate with you. Some people think it might be bragging, but you know what? It's okay to be a happy person living a happy life who loves their business and their family. Like you don't have to hide that, So other things, share a tip, be helpful, right? So here's another thing that was really successful, this list building quickie. For those of you who don't have WordPress, okay, Josh, don't get mad. This was before you had Igloo, but it talks about creating an opt-in page using Optimized Press. So it's just a helpful thing. This was like 2 years ago or a year ago. So this was just me saying, hey, for those of you who are struggling with this thing, here's a quick tip. What Josh did earlier where he was showing you guys how to do a background on your opt-in page, something helpful that's just, hey, you guys, if you need help, here. You become seen as an expert, you give people advice, give people shortcuts, and they're going to love you for it, and they will spend money with you. Believe it or not, it's like, have you ever heard this analogy? Somebody told me this in terms of marriage, but you kind of have like this box where you drop in deposits, and the husband and the wife both have to drop in deposits into this love box. Well, if we did it according to like business. You know, in business, we have to drop in just free, like we need to just care about people without the expectation of getting something back. So just be nice for the sake of being nice. Help people for no reason, and they will appreciate, it will come back around to you when you do those deposits of kindness, you know? People will love you for it. They will come back and spend money with you. Some tips and tools for creating images. These are a couple tools that some of my clients and my virtual assistant uses: PicMonkey, Canva. Some quick tips on headlines. You want to make sure that you're grabbing people's attention. You want to stay consistent with colors, watermarks, fonts. If your stuff is all over the place, unfortunately, I think that's a little messy. You know, Josh actually complimented me on my branding before this call as he was introducing me, and I appreciate that a lot. And I think that it makes you look a little bit more of a professional than an amateur when you have that consistency, right? So be aware of those things. Make sure that you're sharing real value, advice, stories, and successes, not just fluff, you know? There have been times where I've been stuck on content. Like, I'll be honest, sometimes it's just no ideas come to you, in which case, like, get out of your environment, go for a walk, go to the gym. It'll come to you, or collaborate with somebody else. But don't just post things that are useless, you know? Let me go check questions. What was the images website again? So there was unsplash.com. Don is asking, Unsplash, and the other one, Adobe Stock.
Yeah, also, I'll type in the chat box, but there's also another site called pixels.com. I was typing this in the chat box as well.
Okay.
And it's also
Cool.
free, like stock images, and you can like search any kind of keyword and it comes up with really nice images.
All right, cool.
There we are, just sent it through.
All right, cool. I think we just crashed Susie's server. Oh my God, really? Ah! Hopefully not. I think it's showing up. The link doesn't work. Maybe we
I
crashed.
think for some reason it was like a little bit slow as well for me loading, but it seems like it's working now.
Yeah.
So
If it's not working right now, I mean, it shouldn't crash, but just come back, just refresh it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, working now. All right, any other questions that you're seeing that need to get?
maybe we can hold.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hold like Q&As like for the end. So you can
Okay.
make it if you like.
Yeah, somebody said make sure that you're using SUSIE, not Z. There's not a Z in my name. It's SUSIE Romans, Susie Romans. Okay, cool. All right, how often should I post is a common question that I get. So Facebook 3 to 5 times a day on my profile, on my fan page, and groups. That may seem excessive to some people, but I run a show like where I'm constantly talking to my people, and it used to be less than that, but lately I've just been in like power mode. So lately it's been 3 to 5 times a day. Offering value, inspirational stuff with call to actions. Yeah. Pinterest,
sorry, can I just butt in quickly? I just want to ask you, like for you, when you first started out creating your Facebook fan page, like how did you first like started getting like likes and followers on your fan page?
Yeah, good question. I started out with my internal network, so literally my closest friends and family. I just started like inviting them to like it. So hey, I have this fan page, right? So that was probably the first 300 likes were just my internal people. Then I put the button on my website, so when I would drive traffic, people would start clicking over to check out my social media. So it started gaining. I also have it sometimes that, yeah, I think always at the end of my email blasts. So when I send out email blasts through Entreport, I use Entreport, whatever people use, Aweber or MailChimp, you can put a link to the bottom, like connect with me on my Facebook page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drive traffic that way. Or lately, when I run paid ads, it literally becomes this secondary win. Like, it's not only are you getting traffic to your opt-in page through the ad, but the perk is that you get all these likes
Yeah.
because you're getting a ton of viewership. And some people may not opt in, yet they go to your fan page and they like your page. So whenever I run ads, I see massive increases in likes as a byproduct.
Cool, cool.
Okay, cool. So pins, I would say, I would suggest pin 3 of your own images each day. So create the image, slap on the headlines that make people curious, link them to your content. Do that 3 times a day, and then repin other people's stuff too. So as you can see on my Pinterest board, I mean, it's very feminine. I work with a lot of women, but anyone can do this. It's basically you set up your boards and you have different criteria: health, travel for female entrepreneurs, web design. Just create different categories. You can pin other people's stuff. So you could search like tips for lawyers or something like that, right? If you're a lawyer, or and then you can kind of create these boards and you can repin other people's stuff or upload your own pins and your own content. So you should be doing both. If you want to grow faster, just post even more often. I know some celebrities and some personal brands who are posting 5 to 10 times a day. I mean, it's just whatever feels authentic when you are inspired. I must say, the more you post, the more it becomes kind of natural because you just feel connected to your people, like your audience, your tribe. Whoops, sorry guys. Like, they actually want to hear from you. They're engaged in what you're doing, like, oh, I'm going on a vacation, and then people are checking in like, oh, how's your vacation? You build this following, and your tribe and your audience really cares about what you're up to. They want to keep hearing from you. So as I said, be respectful, not spammy. I think we all know that's kind of a common sense. So, okay. Simply put, I believe you need to have many channels of traffic. So in this time that we've spent together, we haven't even talked about how to pitch producers and magazines and media. We haven't even talked about telesummits, collaboration, blog articles, formatting, email blasts, any of those strategies. We've just talked about a couple things, but as you can see, there's so many options, and I really look at traffic as they're like gears running in the background, right? So it's like you need to have multiple gears that are constantly turning. This one's Facebook, this one's Instagram, or this one is, a blog post that you wrote for Huffington Post or whatever. When you have all these gears, and again, it takes time. Nobody wakes up and has all of this set up. When you do spend the time day in and day out to set these things up, suddenly you build this engine where things are working even when you go on vacation, when you step away from your desk. Like, you still have gears that are turning, right? So that's what I want for all of you guys, to have that gears moving, traffic coming to your site, constantly to your site, all day, every day. This is what I do. This is what I've worked on over the past couple of years, and what's taken my business to almost $500,000 in revenue. That's what we're planning to hit within the next couple of months. And that's incredible, right? For a young mom of 2, I'm not even 30 years old yet, right? Like, it's very quick growth that you can produce when you're constantly working and you're just consistent with it. You know what I mean? You can't just show up one day and then not the others. You have to just keep working at it day in, day out, and realize that it's not always going to work. You're going to have some things that flop, and that's okay. Just forgive yourself for it, get over it. You have to kind of build up a tough skin and say, okay, like, nobody liked that post or nobody shared it. Like, we'll keep trying. I would say that's a big part of my attitude, and what's helped me to become a successful entrepreneur is, like, in the Rocky movies, it's like, get knocked down, get back up. Every time you get knocked down, you get back up. If you can stand up one more time every day than you get knocked down, like, you're good. Really. Something will work out. Eventually you gain traction as long as you stay consistent with it. And it may be immediate. For some people, things take off right away. For some people, it takes a few months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, right? We don't really know. So what I was saying here is we haven't even touched on media attention, so many different opportunities, but I do teach all those things. So let's see here. How do you know what to do? How do you know what to focus your attention on? It can be hard, I get it. What I believe you should do is a few things every day. So keep like a notebook next to your desk or a dry erase board and put like your favorite things. Remember we talked about operating in your zone of genius and all that good stuff. So what are your favorite things? Is it YouTube, live streams, writing, whatever it is, create like 3 tasks every day. And if you don't know, like if we haven't covered any of it yet, we will be showing you guys a program that can help you get ideas that have video trainings and things like that, like an entire vault of recorded videos and trainings. Take one action per day, or here I say log in one day. Let's jump right into the vault, should we, Josh? So there's a website traffic vault, an entire membership platform that I run. It's called the Website Traffic Solution, and there is a link here because Josh is super kind and helping to bring all this information to you. So it's iglooapp.com/traffic if you want to check it out. There's over 20 videos. It's each or many of the videos are like 15 minutes in length. So they're literally watch and do it, watch it and implement it. So you have templates for how to reach out if you want to do guest posting, collaborating with other people, connecting with influencers. I cover all of that stuff. How do you find people's emails? How do you create content that moves people? How do you create stories and really engage and wake up people's emotions, right, to get them to connect with your brand? We talk through everyday tasks, what you need to do, whether it's one thing a day or it's 5 things a day that you're going to commit to. Swipe files. You have content ideas for social media, so more starter ideas that are going to help you guys. And there's lifetime access with the offer that we're giving today. So for this website traffic solution program, we're offering it today for only $4.97, and it includes all the things I talked about. So an intense library. We even cover Facebook ads. There's literally nothing that I don't want to cover unless I haven't done it myself. But Facebook ads, some of my ads have converted. We've gotten high quality leads for as low as 80 cents on some of my ads. So the things that we teach are things that it's worked for me. Okay, now let's record it and share it with you guys, right? So it's a platform. When you sign up for it, you essentially get a username and password, and it's training videos. So what else is in here? The videos, the action plans, the PDFs, audio recordings. I've had featured experts. So one of my mentors actually had a lot of success with Amazon Kindle books. So I have an audio from her on there. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So again, playing to your strengths, right? What are your strengths and how can you use them to generate traffic? A couple quick success stories. So a lot of my clients come to me because of the visibility thing. Like they know what they're doing, they're great at their business, yet they're like, how do I get more visible online? So here's a couple people's stories that I helped them with their traffic, and they literally exploded their businesses. So Amber is a branding website design consultant and coach, and because of the training, she improved her entire sales process because she had more leads coming in and she was converting the clients that she already had. So all of the traffic that she was getting, all the things that she learned really increased her income. Jen Scalia, just a quick story about her. She bought my program a couple of years ago, and it was like take it and go. So she was one of the first people that was like, this is killer content and it's no BS. It's not fluff. It's not like super basic, although we do have an entire foundational library. It's also meant to have the advanced things too. So we do teach, you know, pixeling and Facebook ads and remarketing, as well as some of the basic things too. So yeah, lots of killer content, no fluff. It's easy either for you guys or if you have an assistant or virtual assistant, they can log in and access everything. So question for you all. Why did you come here today? Were you able to get the help that you needed? Do we have some questions? I'd be glad to answer, to see what you guys are struggling with. Let's see here. You guys still struggling to get on the website? I'm showing that the website is live. So some people are saying that they're having a hard time getting on the
Yeah,
link.
I'll type in the chat box if anyone hasn't been able to get on. So let me just type this. So it's iglooapp.com slash what's it slash traffic, and then there's a
That's
button,
traffic.
and then there's a button
Yeah.
that leads you to the site. So let me test it out as well, see if it works.
Cool. Yeah, so any other questions? Why did you guys come here today? Why was why did this pique your interest? I'd love to know if we've answered the questions, or if there's something that that you want to learn, that you want to hear about in terms of the traffic program, the vault of videos and trainings. What else can I help you with? And why did you come here today? I'd love to know.
Yeah, cool. And let us know if you can see the page. I tried it and it works. So maybe it could be a catch issue if you can't get through, but it seems like it's working fine.
Cool.
But yeah, if you have any questions, shoot them through about traffic or anything that Susie's covered today. The main reason I brought her on is because, as I said in the beginning, you can have the best website in the world, but if no one actually visits it, it's not much of use. So that's why you need to know how to generate traffic, and Susie's an expert at that. So
And
cool.
having
Ryan's
all
next.
sorts Yeah, and having all sorts of gears and all sorts of options, because as long as you have that, you have the ability to grow your business to 500,000 to 1 million, whatever your goals are. But you need a system, right? You need something that works, and that's why I'm not like afraid to share these strategies. This is stuff that has grown my company and that is going to grow other people's company. It already is, right? So it's proven that these things are working. It just comes down to, like, are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to learn new strategies? Like, get out of, if what you've been doing isn't working, it's like obviously you have to step out of it and try something different. Right. So there's also things this year, there's been so much media attention with like TV shows and stuff. So I've got some screenshots here of things that have happened this year. You need the momentum, right? Like if you want to show up and go bigger in your business, get the traction, get the website traffic flowing, and then it really, like, this kind of snowball effect starts happening. You know what I mean? Where it's like you start getting picked up and more opportunities come your way.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And like you said, I mean, it's good not to have all your eggs in one basket. Like try different ways. Like some people relied that the whole business model was around SEO, and when Google kind of put the slap down, like people lost their whole business. So it's good to set up different traffic streams. In your business.
awesome.
So has anyone got any questions? If you want to post them through, or if you've got any questions about the website traffic solution, just post them through, and we can help you out with that. And if you do struggle with generating traffic, you're going to learn exactly what you need to do, kind of step by step, with Susie, on how to get traffic.
Yeah, I'm excited to help everyone. This is not about like spending money on learning like more stuff. It's about the action too. Like I could not sleep at night if my clients and customers weren't getting actual results, So this is about learn what you got to do, but also commit to the action of doing it, because you're going to grow. Like you'll earn that money back right away if you do the work. You know what I mean? It will come back around. Somebody says, sounds like you're a student of John Reese. I don't know who John Reese is, but thank you, maybe. Got to run, Susie. This was awesome. Thank you. You're welcome, Ryan. I'm glad you were on. Somehow it's being redirected. There is a redirect, Michael. So if you go to the iglooapp.com/traffic and then click, we set up an easy redirect there for you guys. I came here today to learn more about using Igloo and to generate traffic, replace my ClickFunnels subscription, these strategies. I love these free strategies, Deborah said. Awesome, I'm glad. She says, cool, accumulated a lifetime of skills and talents. Thank you, Susie. You're very welcome, Deborah. I'm glad. Michael, the $497 is one time. Yeah, it's one time and it's a lifetime access. constantly updating. This isn't like some like cheapo site. We literally, I've had professional teams come into my office. We've recorded a bunch of really great stuff, and we're working always on updating and partnering with other amazing people to have like guest experts and stuff like that. So yeah, it's one time and you get lifetime access. You guys are awesome. Thank you. You're welcome, William. Thank you for hopping on. John Reese. Oh, yeah, I've never heard of him, Dory, but I'll have to check it out. Thank you. Enjoyed it, Susie. Thank you, Lawrence. Awesome. You're welcome. Cool, cool. Thank you. You're welcome, Fernando. Great presentation. Thank you, Joseph. I like how you talked in third person. Did I talk in third person? Maybe I did. Maybe I do that. All goodie banks, Susie. Thanks, Joss. Useful info. Gotta go. Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. Good. You guys are super welcome. Anything else I can share? I think that's the end of the slides. So any other questions? You guys got me here for probably like 1 or 2 more minutes. Great webinar. You're welcome, Michael. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see who's ready to take their business up to the next notch. Let's keep working on this stuff. I love it. I find that online business is like my obsession. It's just so fun, especially when you believe in what you're doing. You know that it helps people's businesses, that it changes lives. You have no hesitation, you know, and that's what I want for everyone, is to have that belief in themselves and in what they're doing, that you would scream it from the rooftops because you believe in it so much, you know. And if you're not feeling that way, maybe it's time to change what you're doing. But I absolutely believe in what Josh is doing and what I'm working on with my clients and the website traffic solution, all the work that we're doing. It's super powerful and it changes lives. So keep at it.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. So I think Mike, yeah, we're just going to take like maybe 1 more minute just to ask some, answer some last questions. But Mike was asking, or Mick, how like Igloo is, how different is the website traffic solution from Igloo? So basically Igloo, as you know, like is a website builder, so you can create any type of website. The website traffic solution is made by Susie and basically gives you, you know, training and insights on how to get traffic to your website. So they work hand in hand. You know, as I said, you know, you need to get traffic, otherwise your website's kind of useless. So yeah, if you do struggle with generating traffic, it's going to be great for you. And it's always something that, you know, I'm looking to learn more about, how to find different ways to generate traffic, because at the end of the day, it's like the lifeblood of your business. You know, if you don't have traffic, you won't make sales. So
Really
yeah.
is.
Anyone got any last kind of questions? If you want to post
Yeah,
it.
it's like the first slide that I showed. It's like it all starts with that visibility. You know, when people see what you have, then they can trickle down the funnel. But if they don't, it literally, it's a lifeline for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is, yeah, these are educational trainings. So you're going to learn strategies. You're going to learn how to do Facebook ads, how to reach out to the media, how to make the most of your social media. It's literally an entire vault of video trainings. And when you go on the page, when you go on the link, you'll learn exactly like what every video is, because there's a title for every single one of them. And yeah.
Awesome.
So it's not a software builder, right? This is training, education, and to help you take action.
Great. So Seth's asking, does your program work for companies who are selling high-priced items like strategic consulting?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, that's what a lot of my clients do that I work with one-on-one. They are like high-level business coaches, strategists, life coaches, or I even work with doctors like naturopaths and stuff. So absolutely, it works with consulting. Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so has anyone got any last kind of questions? The website's, if you go to iglooapp.com/traffic, you'll be able to see all about the website traffic solution on the next page when you click on the button. But has anyone got any last kind of questions? And then we're going to kind of wrap it up.
Cool.
But anyway, yeah, thanks so much, Susie, for for coming out and giving us your time. I know you're a busy lady, and you got 2 kids, right? There's a lot of work.
Yeah, my daughter's 4 and my son just turned 3. So you're very welcome. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad that I was able to help everyone, and look forward to doing more of these.
Awesome, cool. So just one last question. Mark was asking, is there like an expiration date on this special offer for website traffic solution via my link there? Or?
Yeah, actually, we were only going to do this for 24 hours. Isn't that right, Josh?
Yeah, I think 24. Maybe we can extend it to 48 hours. and then I guess you put the price back up. But yeah,
Yeah, so normally I don't offer this rate. I don't usually offer lifetime access. The last time I opened this, it was membership only. So you paid for the month or the subscription and then it was closed. So this is really special because it's literally lifetime access and all the support is included. So if you have a question, you can email our team and we can make a video personalized for that question. If it's not already in there, we'll put it in there because that's how committed we are to this platform. But yeah, it's normally not this price. So this is like a special offer. So we'll go 48 hours on this.
yeah, cool. Especially for those who like couldn't make it on the call, so we can send out the replay tomorrow, and they'll be able to check it out as well. Cool. Well, thanks so much again, Susie, and for everyone who came out onto this call, thanks again for giving us your time. And yeah, have a great day wherever you are in the world. Have a great evening, and yeah, we'll speak to you soon. I'll be sending out a replay in the morning, in case like some of you guys got on late, or for those of you who obviously couldn't even make it, I'm not even talking to you, but you know what I mean. So, but yeah, thanks again, and have a great evening, everybody.
Bye.